Hey guys, it's Kyle Langen again. I'm really excited because this weekend is Pride in LA. The event takes place in West Hollywood, and this year it's going to be bigger and better than ever. There's going to be amazing street vendors, plus the headliners for the showcase are going to be Meghan Trainor, Paula Abdul, Years and Years, Todrick Hall. It's going to be amazing. I'm personally really excited to be working with LA Pride because I'm going to be doing an Instagram takeover on Saturday. Be sure to get your tickets to the festival at lapride.org. You're definitely not going to want to miss it. See you there. You're listening to the Hamptons to Hollywood podcast. If you're just tuning in, welcome. And if you're a regular listener, thanks for coming back. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts and wherever else you may be listening. I'm Kyle Langen, the founder of HamptonsToHollywood.com, and for the next month or so, we'll be embarking on a new series on the podcast, in addition to our usual conversations, with the Kyle Chronicles, the popular column I write on our lifestyle site that talks about relationships. It's been featured in digital publications across LA, and has even had a spin-off in the LA Times. The Kyle Chronicles is a collection of thoughtful essays, musings, and articles that talk about my own journey in the relationship world after coming out. Romantic relationships, platonic, friendships, hookups, the whole enchilada. So if you haven't read any episodes yet on our site, now's your chance to listen. The Kyle Chronicles, Episode 2. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Hot sun, burned skin, sand between my toes, refreshing ocean swims. Summertime had officially begun, and I could not have been more excited. I always looked at summer as a fresh start, leaving all the uncertainties of the past behind in order to embark on a brand new season that exudes carefree fun. Hello, that's basically what Hamptons to Hollywood's all about. I'd been talking to Jack, texting mostly, after our meet cute on the yacht that you heard about in the last episode, and had even gone to visit him after my writers group one night. He texted one afternoon and invited me to come to Laguna Beach the next day to celebrate Memorial Day weekend. I agreed, thinking I might bring a friend along with me, possibly to see if ever the slightest amount of jealousy would crop up on Jack's behalf, but later decided to go it alone. And that's when I realized it. I was playing the game. The game, noun. For those who don't know, the idea that dating predominantly revolves around subtle manipulation and power plays. Everyone has played the game before, always with the intention to get something you want, whether you're the pursuer or the pursued. I hate the game. Always have. I'm too transparent. Why is it that we can't just tell one another we like each other, or conversely don't, and not play messed up head games that inevitably make you and the person you hope to end up with both feel like you're crazy? In any event, I showed up at the gorgeous beach house in Laguna, the home of the attorney, a jovial, generous, and completely pleasant man whom I'm referring to only by his career title to protect his identity. But he's an absolute gem. Jack came out of the house, helped me find a parking spot, and we spent the day at the attorney's house, swimming, going to the beach, and partying. Sam was there, as well as one of Jack's other friends, Ryan, whom the previous night had dove into a pool and completely sliced open his forehead after smacking his head onto the bottom. It was a wonderful first impression of him, i.e. I thought he was a complete mess. It was on this day that Jack taught me the pleasures of skin diving, and while we were out swimming in the ocean, a couple swam out to us and complimented Jack on his crisp cerulean eye color. This came as a shock to me, as usually I was the one being acknowledged for my emerald eyeballs, but Jack completely stole my thunder. The complimenter then said that mine were pretty too, but that Jack's were on a whole other level. Was I jealous? How could I be? It was true. I giggled and concluded that his eyes must have particularly popped because they were the same color as the water. Back at the house, Jack and I spent some alone time away from the crowd, and I realized how much I liked being around him. But I was torn. There was definitely a mutual attraction, but would I have to settle for playing the game for the foreseeable future until one of us figured out what we wanted? The thought of playing made me cringe. Though I had recently been hanging out with a perfectly nice girl, I was starting to feel more of an attraction toward this new guy in my life. Was it worth telling him, or was it better to play it cool? Why is it that when people tell you they like you, the thought of having a prolonged relationship suddenly seems less appealing? Is it simply because we want what we can't have, or is it because we're just pawns in the game of life, struggling to find our way, make our move, until there's some big score? My fear was this: expressing myself and coming off like a crazy fool, only to have Jack recoil and shut down. As he dropped me off at my car before we went our separate ways for the evening, he smiled at me and gave me a peculiar look, almost as if he was akin to the jumbled what-ifs that were scrambling around in my head. Instead of saying anything, I gave him a hug, smiled back, and told him he had really pretty eyes.